Okay guys, until dawn, but everyone survives. Let's get it. Since you are watching this video, you are probably familiar with the game already, so I'm not gonna waste your time with the prologue. Even though Hannah is smoking hot, they pull out the "it's just a prank bro," Beth, her sister, gets mad and disappear into the night like Batman. During this scene we get introduced to the game's mechanics. This mostly includes making 50-50 decisions and hitting the quick time events. These quick time events are the real pain in the ass, because if you wanna save everyone, you cannot fail those. One simple mistake can fail the whole run, and you gotta start over. So yeah, I was scared. And these quick time events are scattered through the whole game. Those bad boys can actually surprise you. So if you wanna try this yourself, prepare to keep your eyes and ears open at all times. After seeing a bunch of flames and not asking questions, I finally find my stupid sister. I get that she was pranked and embarrassed, but I don't know why didn't she put on a jacket. Then we see something, run like the wind, and fall down a cliff. Some random guy appears and tries to help us, and we are introduced to the first real decision of the game that inevitably affects nothing. You only need the light when it's burning low, only miss the sun when it starts to snow, only know you love her when you let her go. So surprise, both of the sisters die, and now the actual game can begin. Also, Jonah Brucey from Prison Break has this weird cameo role in this game, but I'm just gonna skip these parts. Sorry, who am I kidding? He doesn't have time for me anyways. It's been 1 year since the incident, and now we're back here with the same crew. We are first introduced to Sam, who's the actual GOAT character. The start of the game includes all sorts of unnecessary climbing and walking. And also this almost impossible don't move scenes. I'm literally holding my controller at my desk, since these are impossible if you just hold your controller. And you can die if you fail this. Jesus Christ. I also find this totem that gives me a little glimpse of the future. My secret little mini challenge is to find all of this. I find one of my friend's backpacks just sitting here. Being a good friend, I decide not to snoop around. Also, apparently this is a cue for Chris to give me a jump scare from hell. Chris has a crush on Ashley and comes armed with 10,000 stupid jokes. After showcasing Sam my shooting skills and not shooting this girl, we call in the cable cart. The pressure with this playthrough is just unfathomable, since I'm cooked if I make one simple mistake. That was really burning my butt. Chris gives a little monologue about how he met Josh and what is the butterfly effect. You're gonna meet Josh in a little while. Up the mountain, Jess is already waiting for us. She is Mike's new girlfriend and sure to stir up some drama. Jess is one of the typical characters. Smoking hot, dumb as shit, but ends up being one of my favorites. She's also one of the hardest characters in my opinion to keep alive throughout the game, so we'll see how we do. After the lovely encounter with the characters, here's Emily, the bitch, and Matt, the simp. We are making our way towards the cabin, but get jump scared by Mike on the way. Mike is also Emily's ex-boyfriend, so drama incoming. Matt summons his balls from Emily's purse and tells Mike to fuck off. When I'm watching this back, I gotta say that Mike's character development during this game, it's truly something, since I hate him at the beginning, but love at the end. Not in a gay way. Right after this, when Emily tells Matt that she needs to find Sam, it's kinda sus. Ashley is already peeping the situation with the binoculars. Right away she sees Mike and Emily flirting, but decides to tell Matt nothing about it. I wanna keep things calm here. After the snowball fight with Mike and Jess, we reach the cabin as well as the second chapter. Also, here's Josh. He's Hannah and Beth's brother. Annoying, whining little bit. The lock to the cabin has been frozen, so we're sneaking through the window. We have decided to use the good old lighter and deodorant flamethrower to melt down the lock. Watch this, ladies. Boom. How do you like that, Ashley? Okay, finally inside. The whole gang is here. Emily busts in, and after 5 milliseconds starts the drama. Matt is having none of it and tells Emily to stop and shut the fuck up. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the last time Emily and Jess interact during the game. See you in the morning. After that, Matt and Emily decide to go get Emily's bags, which she has left to the snow for some reason. Mike and Jess start to make their way towards the sex dungeon. Charles comes to set them off and tells them they need to turn on the generator. I'm already sick of the sex jokes, and there are around 10,000 of those in this game. We snap a quick photo, turn on the generator, and fall to the mine. How the hell did we end up here? Of course I decide to be a hero and jump down to help. Since the environment and the monsters aren't bad enough, this cart tries to kill us as well. These are the quick time events I was talking about. These can kill you at the end game. How fun. I make sure to explore all of the mines and we finally get out of there. I don't know which one is more unnatural in this game, the monsters or this dialogue. Jess climbs the fence and teleports away screaming. Meanwhile in the cabin, Sam is trying to set up the bath. Unfortunately the hot water ain't working, so she goes to the basement with Josh to set it up. On goes the pump, and here comes the cringiest moments of the playthrough. After that we hear some weird noises from the basement and decide to go investigate. It turns out that Chris pulled the prank of the century, and oh boy, Sam is not happy about it. Luckily they found the spirit board they can play around with later. All this time Matt and Emily have been walking through the woods having these stupid dialogues on the way, which are just filled with Emily whining and Matt telling sex-related jokes. For being a woman, Emily pulls out a surprisingly good prank. Matt is secretly impressed but won't admit it. After that they find this mysterious pig's head. It has a note sticked onto it that says welcome back. The lights go out and Matt and Emily run like the wind. Back at the cabin they are already playing with the spirit board. Jess is confused and mistakes this game for Scrabble. Then he gets mad for not getting any points.
You know what? No, this is bullshit. This isn't real.
Meanwhile Mike is already investigating what happened to Jess. It turns out that she also has the humorous side. Mike really didn't appreciate this and has that psycho look on his face. When we are about to get to the cabin, we find this deer that has been completely mangled. We try to say goodbye, but suddenly something grabs it. We run for our lives and risk the shortcut. This basically means me dragging Jess' skanky ass through the snow. She repays me by falling down and me having to save her.
On, we gotta go!
I am!
No, she was not. Safe at last. Boy, that was close. Of course, Jess lost her phone outside, and now there's a whole 10-minute dialogue about this. Mike is still confident that he can score, so he does everything he needs to. I'm just waiting for everything to turn to shit so these sex jokes can stop. When Mike is about to head inside, something gets thrown inside. After investigating, it turns out to be Jess's phone. Jess is convinced that this is a prank pulled out by the rest of the crew and goes out swinging. After that, she asks for a break, which I provide. When I move for 1 millimeter, she gets grabbed and dragged outside. Back in the cabin, Ashley and Chris are walking around finding clues, having dialogue, deepening their bond. They have a long discussion about feeling guilty about pulling the prank to Hannah and Beth last year or some shit, until suddenly something bangs on the door. Ashley gets pulled to oblivion, Chris busts in for the save, but Krusty the Clown on crack appears and knocks Chris out. After 100% deliberate camera angle, Ashley gets dragged away. It's time to set up the mood lighting for the next part. Okay, 7 hours until dawn, everyone's still alive, but now begins the parts where people can actually die, so pay attention. And here we go, the scariest part of the whole playthrough, running after Jess with Mike. You have to risk every single shortcut and not fail any of the quick time events. Knowing that, this scene is absolutely horrifying. I don't think I even blinked once during this chase sequence. Last slide down and I know we're good. Jess is still alive and screaming, so we run after her. We find her lying on the elevator, still barely alive, but moving. Our job is done here, and the elevator takes her down. See you later, Jess. I also hit a headshot on the suspected killer. I still don't know if it's even necessary to risk this, but I do it anyways. Why wouldn't I? Also, fuck these sort of quick time events. I swear to God, at some point there's a quick time event like that, which can lead to a character dying. Screw that. I go after the killer and find out he's hiding in this creepy old building. More on that later. At the cabin, Chris is starting to wake up from the knockout punch. He finds some blood on the wall, which isn't a good sign. No shit, Sherlock. The footsteps take me deeper into the woods, and like the things weren't creepy enough. The tracks lead me to this creepy old building. I hear Ashley's voice and the stress just melts down my shoulders. Unfortunately for me, she and Josh have been tied up to this saw-like trap. A mysterious voice tells me that I need to choose who I want to save. Oh boy, here we go. They both are begging for their lives and I'm just enjoying the moment. It's nice to feel needed. I tell Josh it's bros before hoes and send the saw. He really doesn't seem to appreciate this. Hooray, Ashley has been saved. Maybe now I'll score. Emily and Matt bust in just at the right moment, and Krish and Ashley just yap around for 10 minutes, not explaining what happened. Meanwhile, Mike is actually doing something, trying to figure out how to get inside the hospital, or asylum, or whatever this place was. Eventually he does, and we head inside. Inside we find this mysterious man and his 2 doggos. I desperately want to pet the dogs, but the door is locked. I swear to God, the amount of clues I can find from this place, and just somehow magically tie them up all together. It's marvelous. I don't know how Mike is able to do that. I head deeper into the asylum and grab this big ass knife. This will surely come in handy later. I also find this strange chair, which they probably used for employee motivation. The mysterious hand says hello, but I decide not to mess with that. You know why. After keeping on my fingers and the knife, I find the keycard to the door. I'm sure this poor fellow won't need it anymore. Heading back upstairs, the friendly neighbor dog decides to say hello. But I'm sure he doesn't bite. His owner told me so. We open the door and the other dog decides to say hello as well. And this is important. Do not kick the dog. That'll mess up the whole game. Instead, grab this bone and bribe yourself a new friend. Conveniently, this gun is just lying around, and this helps me get through the locked door. I'm sure this won't alert the killer. Since shooting every goddamn lock he can find wasn't enough, he decides to blow up the whole place. Yeah, real subtle, Mike. Meanwhile, Matt and Emily are trying to get the cable car working again. It turns out that the whole place has already been messed up and they have no way to escape the mountain. Luckily, they locate this old fire tower which is nearby, so they are starting to make their way there. They are confident that there is a radio there they can use to call help with. For some goddamn reason, they decide to take the scenic route and get ambushed by nature. The pack of Jess advance like they want to steal their money, and we are left off with the biggest cliffhanger in gaming history. Just a joke, don't be mad. This whole time, Sam has been enjoying a lovely hot bath. She is completely clueless what's been happening around her. For some reason all this fighting and screaming hasn't alerted her, but this candle going out, that sure got her attention. She puts on this towel that refuses to go down and explores the cabin, which is now empty and filled with candles and balloons. She is convinced that this is just another prank and heads to the basement. I guess Josh just wanted to showcase his new automatic doors. Somehow the killer's hidden cameras has been able to capture this moving footage of Sam taking a bath. Also, apparently there were 2 cameras in front of Josh. Sam asks how many cameras did he use in total, and she cannot believe it. The killer busts in to show her his collection, and Sam tells him to stop lying. Sam decides to hide in the basement, but mistakenly keeps the light on for way too long. Luckily, the baseball bat is right there for the rescue. I managed to close the door on the killer's face, and this time learn from my mistakes with the light. The killer is not happy about the situation. Okay, 5 hours to go, just need to beat Mother Nature. Surprise, surprise, Emily is freaking out again, so I need to tell her to calm down. During this part you just need to stay calm and walk slowly through the animals. Do not attack them. Of course the game offers you this for absolutely no reason, but don't do it. Do not fold under zero pressure. Congratulations, you have now reached the tower. Shoot the flare, turn on the power and call for help. The ranger on the radio tells Emily to speak loud and clear, but she proceeds to just yell nonsense. Matt, at the background, is losing his mind. Suddenly the support wires for the tower start to snap and the whole place is going down. Another quick time event to save your life. It truly doesn't matter what you do here, the whole shit is going down anyways. After that, Matt finds Emily just chilling on the edge. Seriously, I know that can be scary, but Emily is giving out zero effort. I try to save her, but I think she's cooked. Jump to safety and see you later, Emily. I know she doesn't die from the fall. Spoiler, back in the cabin, Ashley and Chris are trying to find Sam. This scene is kinda weird with the busted doors and this mysterious ghost leading the way. The exploration has been really slowed down by the endless dialogue as well. Ashley sees the ghost again, but Chris takes 4 to 5 business days to turn around. They proceed to argue about everything. Seriously, Chris hasn't even scored yet, but yet they are acting like an old couple. Ah, there we go, finally. This is kinda satisfying when he finally noticed that thing. Of course, Chris reacts appropriately.
This is fucking crazy.
I still don't know why the game's biggest jump scare is just completely random. We venture deeper into the basement trying to find Sam, but we end up finding this disturbing footage about the last year's prank. We find this darkened corpse, but for some reason Ashley thinks it's Sam. This gives the killer time to show up and ruin the party again. After the shocking incident, they find themselves tied up to chairs. The gun on top of the table is promising. Chris finally admits his feelings for Ashley, and Mr. Saw comes in to congratulate the new couple. Chris has the hardest choice of his life, shoot himself or shoot Ashley. Being a gentleman, there is only one right choice. Okay, 4 hours to go. The towel is still on. For the next 30 minutes to an hour, Sam goes through the basement's every dirty corner, finding a ton of clues. Finally, she is found by the good old angle crapper Mike. Mike has somehow found a way out from the asylum, and they decide to team up. Sam quickly puts on some clothes, and we are out of here. After looking for 9 milliseconds, they find Chris and Ashley. The killer is getting closer, but Chris has pulled out the 1000 IQ move. It turns out that this whole thing has been another prank. God damn it. Major face reveal incoming. For some reason the game cuts away from the big reveal way too fast. That wasn't me. We find Emily hanging around. I told you she would survive. We jump to safety and the whole shit goes down. I'm actually surprised about Emily's resourcefulness here. Using her own shirt as a torch. That's smart. It's time to escape the mines. It turns out this ladder is working against us and we do the exact opposite. Okay, I'm starting to sympathize for Emily. We wander in the mines for a while, finding these strange clues about Hannah and Beth. Finding Beth's head really seals the deal. We take the elevator up, thinking we're saved, but the mysterious man is upstairs waiting for us. In hindsight, this don't move sequence is completely useless, since after it Emily just busts out and runs away. We ditch the torch and hide in the worst place of all time. The killer finds us immediately. And yet again, another cliffhanger. Back to the group. It turns out that this whole shenanigans has just been an evil prank orchestrated by Josh. I guess he's still mad about what happened to his sisters last year and wanted a revenge. He tells the gang how he set it all up, but Mike is not impressed.
We're gonna fucking pay, you dick!
They tie up Josh to this post, and it's still not clear what happened to Jess, since Josh swears he didn't touch her. They agree that Chris needs to go back to the lodge to make sure that everyone is okay, and Mike stays here to guard Josh over the night. Okay, 3 hours to go, still going strong. The mysterious man finds Emily, but it turns out he was just trying to protect her from the actual monsters. Something drops down from the ceiling, and Emily rolls away to safety. I think we're all good now. Next up, we have another absolutely butt-clinching chase sequence. Mess up one quick time event and you're gone. Make a wrong turn and you're gone. Emily runs like her life depended on it and escapes with the elevator. I'm not gonna lie, this scene it caught me off guard and I was actually holding my controller. Oh man, I was squeezing it. If I didn't stay still, Emily would have been gone and so would be my run. Okay, here we go, another critical decision. Just make sure you hit the jump as well. Okay, are we finally good now? Of course not. 3 more quick time events and then we make our escape. Okay, now I'm starting to feel sympathy for this girl. Oh, look at that, she actually got back to the lodge. Well done, Emily. They are trying to collect their thoughts, but the peace doesn't last long. Someone knocks on the door. Mike and Chris go investigate, and the mysterious man busts in. It's a goddamn time we get introduced to this guy. He tells us we should have never returned to this mountain and need to get out of here. Apparently, if someone resorts to cannibalism in this mountain, it'll waken up the spirit of the Wendigo. Wendigos are completely overpowered and busted enemies you cannot kill or win in a combat. They decide to hide in the basement until dawn, but then remember that Josh is still tied up in the shed. Chris and the mysterious man for the rescue. Hell yeah, you go, Chris. When instead of finding Josh, we find a bottle of blood and a fell down chair, I think something has gone wrong here. The man tells me that the Wendigos are coming and we need to get the hell out of here, right now. Outside, we are hit with another surprise don't move sequence. Apparently it doesn't matter what we do here because now we have to run for our lives. The man tries to protect me with his ultimate fire attack, but when it's on cooldown, the Wendigo hits the final kill cam. Chris finally does something and runs away scared. Just be goddamn sure you don't fail any of these. Jesus Christ, my heart was pounding. I mean, Josh is gone, but everyone else is still alive. Meanwhile, in the basement, people are trying to figure out what the hell is going on. They notice that one of the Wendigos has bites in Emily, and they are starting to suspect that she's gonna turn into one. They start to argue if Emily should stay in the basement or not. This eventually leads up to Mike not totally overreacting.
Whoa, Mike, calm down.
Another tough choice coming in. It goes without saying, if you wanna save everyone, please do not shoot Emily here. She might die. Anyways, after 2 seconds of the incident, they find out that the bite mark isn't dangerous at all.
If it bites you, it's not infectious. It doesn't do anything.
Mike is back at the sanatorium trying to figure out a way for the gang to escape. I'll cut the crap and cut to the chase. I mean that quite literally. We collect our good boy and watch this absolutely disturbing video about the Wendigos. I haven't found this before. Okay, here we go, here we go. Be careful not to waste any bullets. You're gonna need them. During this chase scene, there's probably a million ways to die, but you just need to focus and think on the fly. Just stay calm and pay attention. And this is greatly important. Do not shoot at the locked Wendigos. They cannot do anything to you. But some fucking annoying reason, Mike refuses to stay away from the cells. Seriously, are you ever gonna learn? What are you thinking? Okay, if you do everything right, you have plenty enough of bullets to handle this next scene. Shoot them once, drop the barrel, boom boom, see you later. Of course this isn't enough and we need to fight for our lives again. I decide to barricade the door and look at that, Wolfie survived. I'm the best. Just when I'm about to get out, I get ambushed one more time. All the bullets I saved really come in handy here. Wendigo, more like you're about to go. Mike is truly the MVP in this game. And look who's alive. Give me the applause. Unfortunately at this point we don't get to play with her at all. This is just a cutscene to inform that she's alive. Back with the gang. And look at that, here's Josh. Sam realizes that she's the only one who can get out of here alone and decides to bolt it. On the way out she runs into Mike, who is in all sorts of trouble. Final hour. Let's go. Jess wakes up and is going completely crazy. He's being tormented with the scenes of her sister and he is slowly drifting towards insanity. During this part of the game, you are gonna see some disturbing stuff, so be prepared. Like and subscribe. Meanwhile, Sam and Mike have teamed up trying to find Josh. If you wanna keep Josh alive, this part is vital. Go to the left of the water wheel thingy and pick up this clue. If you don't, Josh is gone. Moving on, let's go save our friend. Eventually you will find Josh talking to himself. With this new learned information you can tell Josh that her sisters, they were actually alive down here. When escorting Josh out, Mike gets sucked into the abyss and not in a good way. The Wendigo shows up and would you look at that, Josh recognizes the tattoo. After the shocking revelation, Josh doesn't die but gets dragged away. And oh yeah, Mike, he's still alive. And also, here is Matt. Whatever happened to that guy? Also, what's up, Jess? I guess that's one quick time event I can fail. They both agree that something fishy has been going on tonight and decide to team up. Of course, after walking for 10 meters, they get ambushed by the Wendigos. We choose to hide and again, stay still or die. And oh yeah, have a little quick time event. Just get the hell out of here. I refuse to start a new playthrough at this point. We decide to hide together again. And one final of these. Please, don't fumble it now. Jesus Christ. The relief washed over me. Okay, the whole gang is back at the lodge and it's time for the final sequence. In my first playthrough ever of this game, I actually managed to save everyone until this point. So trust me, I definitely remember what to do here. After all the trouble you have faced during the playthrough, this final scene, is one of my favorites of all time. It's so tense. Just be sure to actually bolt your controller to the table. If you do this, Mike will break the glass and Chris escapes. Save Mike. Hey! Emily escapes and hold your fucking breath. Wendigo standing right there. I don't know who in the right mind would actually run for the switch. There goes Ashley and there goes my mental health. By the way, I don't remember if I mentioned this or not. The Wendigos cannot see you if you don't move. But hey, if you're watching this video, I'm sure you know that. Hide one last time and Mike escapes. And this is the last one. I swear to God, I was pushing my controller so hard to my table that I was starting to cramp up. Okay, it's time to go, Sam. It's time to go. We flip the switch, and there goes the cabin. By the way, developers, there would have been an absolutely perfect spot for one last quick time event. That would be so great. And here we go. Let the trophies come in. And there you have it, guys. Until Dawn with the best ending. I have not felt this sort of pressure during video games in years. This was horrifying. The stress of making the wrong decision or failing a quick time event, it's real and it'll destroy you. If you have done everything correctly, after the credits you get this extra cutscene. And look at that, there is Josh. Alive, kinda.
I have a visual on a survivor. One survivor, repeat. Is that? Oh, fuck. Stay back! Stay back! No! Stay back!
For this video, you have to like and subscribe. See you in the next one.